Hi everyone, it is BDevine. Thank you so much for being here today. Now, we are going to have some fun with this read, right? As we always do. The next chapter of your life. This is for number 1. You chose a beautiful fluorite moon. There you go. Okay. So, this is going to also be something connected with the moon itself. As it starts to come up, and we're using the Mermaid Tarot. We've also got some other things going on here for you as well. So I thank you for being here. If you haven't been here before, welcome. This is BDevine. My website is BDevine Online, and I've been online with you guys since 2009, and I have been doing this work since 1990. So there we go. I hope that you will enjoy the way that I do readings. And if you do, thanks for subscribing and thumbs up, right? Okay, we've got 2 different things we're doing here today. Firstly, I'm going to just light some incense for us. All right, next part of the journey. Next part of the journey for number 1, I'm also using some talisman cards here. So, number 1, next part of the journey. Also, don't forget, there's free courses available. There is a tarot course available that's very in-depth, and a tarot group, and I'm in the group, of course, doing readings for each other. There's tons of support for you. So, talisman. Number 1. If you've chosen number 1, you might choose numbers 2 or 3 as well, or they might have been in the back of your mind. So if you were sort of tossing up things, I always say just watch both. And you can also watch them all. This is going to be leading us into the next chapter of our lives, number 1. So let's go. First is passion. Something is igniting. Okay, hang on. Let me keep on going for a moment. As I said, the full moon is going to be, you chose the moon card. Crystal. The moon is going to be important. Okay. Okay, so number 1. This is quite romantic kind of a feel, the next chapter of your life. Happiness is over here as well. Let's get as much room as we can. These are talismans and creativity. So what I'm finding for a lot of people, so my light is going to be annoying. Okay. What I'm finding for a lot of people recently is a great shift in their life that is coming out of nowhere, right? So something that is developing very quickly in people's lives, and it's going to be, so the next part of everybody's journey is going to be much more in focus with what you really, really feel creative with, what you feel happy with, and where you find your passion in things. It's like this stirring point has happened for everybody, and like there's an urgency to develop some things in a different way. So for some people, finding love and passion here is just connected more with what they love to do and what they're passionate about. It doesn't have to be involving anybody else, right? For some people, there is a need to develop in the next part of your journey, a sense of calm and a feeling that you develop inside of you as though you have already manifested that which you really want, right? If it's joy, then you just experience joy. You give that to yourself now. If it's peace, then you try your best to give yourself peace. Go into the feelings more. If it's love, imagine yourself in the deepest love imaginable, something that you really want, something that, you know, you might watch a movie or something and think, I want to be loved that way. You know, I want someone to love me like that. Well, you've also got to find that love inside of you as well. For the next part of your journey, it is going to be really important for you, number one, to actually embrace those inner feelings you've been having, right? Embrace that push that you've been, or that urgency that you've been having, and explore these new things. I'm going to make sure my music is working because it's in and out. And this, I've been doing this, so...
A person who is disconnected from his or her heart is not living.
Okay. So, this full moon coming up will be in Leo. Leo is a very creative sign as well, encouraging everybody to step out and shine and stop sitting back and letting other people do it as well. Don't let other people get the credit for your really good ideas. Okay, this is important. That was something that I did for years before I started moving on to online work. It's like I would have an idea about something and somebody else would do it, and I'm like, oh, I wish I'd said something, you know? So don't let that happen in your life. The moon is important. Your creative impulses is important. Where you feel passionate and strong here is important. Sunshine in your life, happiness, and developing something that is already you're already feeling an urgency about, and you're about to just put it out there. This is the next chapter of your journey, and one that brings in the most abundance as well. Something else here. Okay. Spirit is saying to you, number one, eternal new love is forming. You see, this is going along with this. New love, even in an existing relationship. Love for the self. Something else, it's also like you are setting your standards a little bit higher. Living light energy. See the beauty in life as well. Opening up yourself more deeply, more beautifully. Understanding you are a healer. You need to move forward. Stop diddle-daddling. What's the word, diddle-daddling? Procrastinating, right? Stop procrastinating. You know what you need to do here. I'm trying to get this light to be around, but not glary. I can't help the outside light. It does that. My window's right there, so anyway. Okay. You getting the picture, number one? It's time, is what I'm being told for you. It's time. Don't rest on your laurels anymore. Don't sit back and be, you know, oh, I've just got to wait and I'm not ready and all that stuff. Otherwise, you'll just talk yourself out of everything. Okay? Right, so this is going to be done for this part. I'm actually going to just write this down. So this reading, I feel, needs to be in sections for the next part of your journey. So let's just say career. Oh gosh. Career. Relationships. Right? Travel. Family. And spirit. Or, advice. Okay, so these are the sections we're going to do for the next part of your journey. Pretty easy, right? All right. And these are the gorgeous Mermaid Tarot. I love them. It is by Lisa Robertson. And yeah, they're just stunning. Okay. Number 1. Okay. I'm just closing my eyes while I do this. Okay. Career. Career. Wow. You're going to be pleased, huh? Whoa. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Number 1. Look at your career aspects. Oh my God. You see about the creative process. You can see this, right? Writing things down, observing, taking notice of stuff. And you've been doing this for a long time. You might have been channeling. You might have been just writing down your dreams. You might have been focusing on a vision board. You might have been opening up yourself to spirit more, grounding yourself, protecting yourself, paying attention to signs, symbols, number sequences. You've been doing it all. The Knight here of Pentacles, we know, is one of the slowest moving knights in the tarot, right? But there's more to the story than that. There is a connection with responsibility here. There's a connection with kind of waiting your turn. But it's asking you not to do this anymore. In your career, in your work, in your working life, or in whatever work that is for you. You might just be at home. You might be looking after kids. You might be just looking after the house. You might be working from home. You might be with your own business working from home. You might be really trying to develop some new ideas. You might be in a career where you've been looking for advancement, where you've been looking to be taken notice of, right? Whatever it is for you, something has turned, I'm telling you. And when you get the beautiful 10 of Cups coming in here, where everybody is connected in joy, and the 10 is, there's only, the 10, ace through 10, so you've reached the arrival point. This is coming in. This is the next part of your journey. That you're going to be much more emotionally fulfilled because you finally stepped ahead to get it. Because you finally said, I have to do something different. I know that's what I have been saying with my work. I have to do something different because you can't keep doing the same thing expecting there to be a different result just because you're a good person or whatever, right? You have to sometimes change things around. There is a sensation here of good times, right? Connections, getting together. And then the beautiful energy of the Nine of Pentacles. What you really want coming into a deep fruition in your life. You alone set this in motion. You have a lot of skills, but you've been humble. You don't speak about it. You don't big note yourself, as they say in Australia. You just keep things, it's like you keep things in, but you really do feel, proud of yourself, and you should. Keep on going, because this is a very abundant time right now. And people are desperate to manifest a change because of the nuttiness of what appears to be around us. Remember, there has been a split in energy with the eclipse. And this means that there are those that are going to remain very negative, right? And there are those that are going to continue high vibrational energy. You have a different type of way of doing things. And it's like the opening of a portal of energy where the spotlight is on you, right? So in your career, advancement, absolute change, bringing emotional fulfillment as well as abundance that you have created. You have done this. As you see, there's nobody else in the picture at all, but you're coming up to the surface. So there's even more where this came from. I love it. Okay. So let's continue on with our little sheet. Relationships. Oops. Relationships. So this can be any type of relationship, right? Number one, relationships. Okay. Whoa. You are definitely going through a change, a connection. In both of these, look, in both of these pictures here, look at, we're just getting the back of the situation here. So you've turned around, you've got a new perspective. And the Seven of Cups is generally a confusing card, or you've been in confusion about what to do, where to go, what decisions to make. And so you've been through that overthinking phase here. But you've decided here to turn this wheel of life. This is very important. This could be an internal change or just a thought process that you've had, and you've changed things. I'm telling you, you have changed the karmic wheel of your destiny. The next part of your journey, you spun the wheel, and it's quite an abundant, beautiful, strong connection that you've created. You are setting your sights into the next part of the journey. With the Two of Wands, you're not doing it alone, okay? You're not going to be doing things alone again. But you're understanding that where there has been great challenge, where there has been a threat, where there has been a threat to your happiness, a threat to your safety, a threat to your environment, you've managed to navigate past this anyway. With relationships here, there's more of a focus of what you want to do, that you don't really need anybody to complete you, but you want to have that deeper connection with somebody because you've done that internal work. And many of you who don't want to be in a relationship are going to find the correct business partners or friends or even long lost family members or something that comes to mind from a long time ago. You will cross paths again as well. This is very fortunate reading for number one, and there's a lot of emotion with the mermaid deck because obviously it's all connected with the water no matter what we're looking at. So you are also, if you've chosen number one, are really starting to get in tune with your emotions as well. I feel like there's something that you're not seeing. It's a surprise. It's coming, but it's a surprise to you. And you need to enjoy that gift, okay? Know that you deserve that as well. Okay, so traveling for the next part of the journey. Okay, God, look at you go with all your nines. You've definitely finishing or are finishing as we speak some major cycles. Okay, so here we go with the travel. I don't think you're traveling. I think that people are coming towards you. It may not be a very good idea for you to travel just over the next few weeks. The energy of the Empress also speaks of a motherly vibe, a nurturing vibe. It is connected with Venus, and Venus is connected with things that we love, luxuries, and having that around us, or manifesting the things and that we really love to have and to hold as well. It's also a connection with fertility. Obviously, the Empress can be pregnancy for some people, and a wish coming true with the Nine of Cups. So maybe there's something also, a vibration of someone, as I said, traveling towards you or telling you that they're going to, or setting up a time for a holiday with people that you care about. The Empress in this connection also asks you to really, really listen intuitively, because she's mastered the High Priestess energy of understanding things intuitively. So she's the master of that. She's the, as a vibration, as an energy, is your clairaudience, your clairvoyance as well. So she is skills and abilities, and she doesn't doubt herself. Okay, there is no doubt in this lady's energy, or this energy's that the future is already taken care of. So it's adopting the energy of the Empress where, okay, I already know this is sorted out for me. I am going to trust my inner self when it comes to where I need to go and where I need to be, or whether I need to stay put. And I am just drawing towards me that which I'm entitled to and I deserve, seeing things more clearly, and feeling a great joy in the change of events because of my energy, like my focus, right? It's like finally working so hard for something and then you get a raise. Finally working hard for that holiday and then you get a holiday bonus. You know, so it's not just the thing that you want, it's an extra. And you need to just understand that you deserve it, okay? No more fighting yourself. That didn't work. Doubting yourself doesn't work. Hating yourself causes problems in the body. Doesn't work, okay? All right, so family. Family can be animals around you if that's all you have, right? There is a connection with friends who are like family as well, right? Whatever it is for you, you know your situation. And this is a collective reading, so, you know, let's just go for it here. Family. Oof. Okay. So something is working out with the Temperance card here. Again, something you're not expecting, a change in events, okay? But, you know, in this energy here, it's really showing this loss, control. Maybe there's a lot of, maybe there was in your family history abuse or emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual as well, perhaps. Whatever it was, you just felt in many ways trapped within the family circle, or that there was a sensation of losses, or you feeling like you lost your voice, you lost what you wanted to say. So if there wasn't any abuse per se on the surface, you may have felt like it was difficult for you to say what you needed to say, or go where you needed to go, or do what you wanted to do. And it's a tension kind of a feeling within the family. For the next part of the journey, you are going to have to break free from the old programming, okay? Because it doesn't really matter how perfect someone's life is. There are situations that come up that are traumatic for each one of us. And it's not about gauging whether yours is more than anybody else's. It's just something traumatic, something hurtful, something painful, a loss that you weren't expecting, a treatment that you got. And I'll just give you a very quick example. This is interesting. When I first came over to the United States, when I was a teenager, I had come from a foster home in Australia, and I had been tossed around in a few different ones. And eventually my dad said, well, you know, come to America. And I thought to myself, I'm 13. I don't really want to live in America. I don't want to be caught there. I don't want to be trapped there, right? And I knew that that's what my dad was like. He was like, I've got you now, that's it. But anyway, I had no option. So I went over to the United States as a teenager. My stepmom was awesome. She had decorated my room when I arrived in my favorite colors, which was purple and light purple, like mauve. And she'd done all these butterflies, like really soft, you know. And it was this tiny little room. And we were in an apartment building, which was an old nurse's quarters, spooky as hell. But there was this lady I'd never met who had beautifully done this room. She had daughters. They were grown. And her youngest daughter was 10 years older than me. So she was like 23. Cool as anything. Like, you wanted to be hanging around this girl, right? And so every time we would go and visit, I'd be like, I want to see Susie. Like, I want to hang out with her. And she'd take me in the car. She'd let me have a cigarette. You know, dead cool. And she would just talk to me, and she understood me, and she made me feel cool. And she kind of took me under her wing, you know. And I loved her to pieces, and it was the best thing. Well, when I left the United States 3 years later, I never heard from her again. And I just, you know, it broke my heart, because I thought we were so connected and we were so close that she would always reach out to me and she would always try to find me, and nothing. Guess what? 30 years later, you know, longer than that, old, you know, more than that, I saw her again for the first time. And she picked up where she left off, like I was cool as anything, and I was back to it. And she made some assumptions about me, which weren't really true and at all, but still I was just in awe. Here she is, she's meeting my husband, she's meeting my oldest son, and here I am, right? And I left again, and the same thing happened. No contact. And maybe the reason I'm telling you this story is that maybe there has been someone in your family or your circle of friends that you just thought that would never happen, where they would turn around and walk away from you or treat you that way, because you thought that you were, you know, you had this awesome connection, and then you find out that it was one-sided the whole time, and you can't believe it because they're such a good actress, you know, or such a good actor, that there was nothing inside of you that gave off warning signals either. So this is also about trusting the next part of your journey to be a lot different than the first part, and more balanced, more kindness to yourself, because if you're looking outside of yourself to fit in, you will be let down every single time. And that was a massive thing I heard for myself, and felt that if I was looking to feel accepted, I had to give it to me, because even the strongest people or the people who you love the most can just turn away from you when you need them. And if you're not reliant on yourself, you will get hurt. So it's very, very important. But you have to understand that there is a massive healing coming through people's families. Whether you're there to see it or not is a different story. You've got to focus on you. Okay. Yeah, that was a strange story. And we've had to connect because my dad passed away, and obviously my stepmom was married to him, and she has dementia, my stepmom, and my sister Susie is looking after her. So she has to ask me sometimes certain things, and she still treats me like I'm 13 or 14 years old. Like I might be upset about something she's saying, or she has to explain it to me very well, but in case I don't understand, I'm like, geez, lady, you really don't know me. Anyway. Okay. Spirit advice. Oh, look at you go. Look at you go. Number one. See, this is fun. I haven't been able to have the time to do this for a while, but this is awesome. Look at your reading, number one. The advice is to, you see, to bring the message forward, to go ahead with your plans and your dreams and your goals, that you will be celebrating. You will be in a position of great emotional fulfillment here. Some people are getting married. Some people are getting engaged. Some people are remarrying or refocusing or re-emerging onto the scene. Some people are generating their skills and abilities to come out with your healing power. You have to do it. You have to do it. The world needs the healers to wake the hell up and to start doing things properly, not just Reiki attunements. You got to get to the bottom of someone's issue, and then the Reiki will work beautifully, but not before. And we need to change that energy now of the masculine, and we need to bring more balance into the feminine softness and love and nurturing again, instead of this disjointed energy that's been around. The advice from the universe is to wake up and be the energy of what you really want to be. Feel it now before it arrives. Get ready for these big milestones in your life. Get ready for the massive healing. It's already occurring. You know, open up to the messages of the divine. Spread them, give them with love, with light. No more of this harsh tarot readings and these harsh fortune tellers and oh, this person's betraying you and oh, this person's doing this and who's talking about you behind your back. Like, who cares? Why are we wasting our time on all of that stuff? Be a different message. You know, I wanted to make a difference in this world. I wanted to give a beautiful message through the whole thing. Like, we can do it. We've got it. We've got it. We don't need to worry about who tells us we can't. We've got this. It's like determined. It's like playing sport and you don't let the ball go out of the court. That's me. I will flip myself into a backflip to try to stop that ball going out of the court. Like, ridiculous. Even when we're playing a game with the kids, I'm so like, that ball's not going anywhere. And, you know, it's just part of being an athlete for a long time. But it's like that same determination of like, we can't give up. We can't stop. We have to keep pushing. It's so needed right now. Giving soft, encouraging, positive messages, whether you're a reader or a healer or just a counselor, whatever you are, that you're garnering a person's hope and you're like, you're showing them the way ahead if they drop all of the bullshit, you know, and stop telling themselves they can't or that they have to wait or someone else is better, all that stuff, programming. So your advice from Spirit is that what you're doing is going to be worth celebrating. There's parties, there's fun, there's get-togethers, there's connections for you if you want them, but just a sense of self-fulfillment finally as well. And those people who aren't in your life are not worth it. It's not worth it. Because if it was worth it, there would be nothing that stopped them from being there. That's just how it is. And it's not on you, it's on their BS. So the next journey is very, very abundant, strong, powerful, and connected. Do it. No more waiting. You're being really encouraged here, number one. So also, you know, you can have a deeper reading with me at any time you like. And thank you for watching, number one. I hope that this was helpful to you. Looks really exciting. Okay. And that was the Mermaid Tarot. So we like that one. Okay. Right. All right, number two. All right, let's get that over there. Number two. You have the Bumblebee Jasper. Again, all Jaspers, extremely grounding, comforting, supporting. If you're ever feeling all over the place, use a Jasper to bring you and ground you back into alignment, okay? And so the Bumblebee Jasper, extremely happy. So there's a heart with it. So you're connecting with the heart vibe here. And we're going to use the Witcher Tarot. If you haven't watched The Witcher, it doesn't matter. I can't really. I watched some of the episodes and I like the bard, the guy that's singing the actual song and everything. But the story was just stupid, babyish. Anyway, the cards are great. So, okay. We're clearing away from number one here. So, of course, I have to get my 1970s ashtray out to do so. I love that thing. I found it at the op shop and it does everything I need for my readings, right? Getting some sage through the cards. Okay, so we are doing a set of readings here today. I've got all kinds of things in my in that little pot. Oh well. Right. Career, relationships, travel, family, spirit, and advice. Spirit advice. And we're also using some talisman cards here. Okay. So we will... Oh, a piece of kyanite. You need to say something. Throat chakra. All right. Just a minute here. Number 2. My husband's like, oh, she's doing a pick a pile. This, okay, I'll just play my game for a while because she'll be a while. And then I have to take you for another video out the back. If you saw our burning video, now you won't believe what's happened out here, so I'll have to do an update. Anyway, number 2. Next part of your journey. What is it for you? Do you normally choose number 2? Are you looking at all of the cards today? Whatever it is, you're going to get the right message for you, okay? Whoa. Number 2. Oh, yeah. Oh, all of this is coming out. Overcoming fear. All right, so the sun comes through my window, so I apologize about the shine. There's nothing I can really do. Okay. This is you with your resilience. So, next part of the journey, a union, a connection with someone with work or with love or with life in general, and a connection with a balance here. It definitely came out sort of twice. Feeling much more connected. I feel for some of you there is an animal connection here. And obviously we have one as well. There's 6 dogs in this. There's 6 dogs, okay? It is exactly what you think of when you think of 6 dogs. And 5 of them are huskies who know everything and nothing at the same time, who are stubborn as anything, moody, and beautiful. They worm their way in, let me just say that. And then you can't even stay mad. So, balancing of emotions. You're a healer. Okay, you are. Yes. Knowledge is here, the elixir of life. So you're opening up to, in this next part of your journey, right? You are opening yourself up to even more knowledge, or being more open to some of the knowledge that's coming. So for example, years ago, like probably 15 years ago now, people used to tell me that they were abducted by aliens and they have an implant. And I used to think to myself, just to myself, okay, what in the F are they talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like, are you serious right now? And they were deadly serious. And I used to think it was strange as anything. I'm not going to lie, okay? I just did not want to look at that stuff because I thought to myself, why give something attention that you don't like? Why focus on it? Well, the problem was that this was continually, like it was coming up. And I was able to help people to remove these implants because I started to say to myself, instead of going, oh my God, this is ridiculous, I started saying to myself, hang on a minute, this is very real for this person. Close your eyes. Go into it shamanically. See what you can see. And oh my God, by opening myself up to actually seeing, I could see. And there were things. And it wasn't implanted directly into the physical body, but it was connected into the auric field. And that area that it was pressing into a certain part of the body. There was a lot of trauma and a lot of mental health issues that also had to be released. But when this thing was gone, the impact was amazing. So see, if I had kept that door closed, I wouldn't have been able to help all those people over the last 15 years. Sometimes something will also come up that you've been affected with in your life, and that's why you're the best person to deal with it. So by opening up a little bit more to knowledge that might seem on the surface to be strange to you, you really open up your skills more. And this is the elixir of life, giving you a new force within and opening up gateways and doorways within your being as well, overcoming the fear of what you might see. This is a problem also for people with mediumship and the death process and all that sort of stuff. Is people are afraid of what they're going to see when they see their loved ones. Are they going to, my brother had a car accident. Am I going to see my brother all smashed up? No. That's a fear. A fear can become a reality at any time you want it to. A fear can make you see things that aren't real, right? It's like your deeper fears can be projected into the work that you do as well. And it's time to overcome these things because they will always stop you. The next part of your journey must be more open. I hear people say, well, I don't want to do that, you know, and it's like, God, you'd be so good at it. Why don't you just relax? What are you afraid of? Aren't you in your sovereignty? Aren't you open to change? Don't you want change in your life? Don't you want to become more powerful with your abilities and skills? Then you have to be open to things you may not be comfortable with. And sometimes your resistance is where your greatest talents lie. This is something I had to teach my students in semester 1 because we were looking at the psychosis of serial killers, how they got there. How did they get to be one? Why was that there? And there was a great importance in those lessons with people understanding that a spiritual attack or attachment connection in a negative sense has many of the same attributes as mental health issues. In fact, they're absolutely almost identical. If you can clear the spiritual, then the mental health can improve greatly. Anyway, if you didn't look at these things, if I didn't study this, and if I didn't study and catch on to that, then I wouldn't have been able to help so many people over the years. Release. So, yeah, next part of your journey, open up in a different way. There are going to be people that will help you, okay? This is the Talisman Oracle. Okay, by Nora Paskaleva. Okay. All right, here we go. Tossing a coin to the Witcher. Toss a coin to the Witcher. All right, career. Career, number 2. Here we go. Whoa. These are silk tarot cards. They have a silk softness to them. Career, number 2. Look at these. Whoa. Okay. There is definitely going to be a change in your career, in your work that you do, the way that you speak, the way that you see things, and you're turning away with the 8 from all of the it's like you're not turning your back on yourself. You're not changing everything about yourself and reinventing yourself. It's not that. But you're turning away from anything that emotionally was keeping you stuck. Even if it's been a long time. Even if it had a deeper meaning for you, right? A reason why you were doing it in that way. For example, doing this work, the reason why I do it the way I do it and I give the free readings and I keep on going, it's because the very essence was right at the start was because I didn't have anybody that I could ask a question to, let alone a psychic or someone who was spiritual. And that's all I ever wanted, was to ask a question. So the reason I give the free readings is to answer the questions for the people who just want to ask and they can't, or they can't afford it, or they can't whatever. But what it turned into was a monster where people just want to ask and never actually give. You see what I mean? So it became very hurtful to continue to do that. And even though I continue to do my free readings and everything like that, it's all collectively. The individualness of it and everything doesn't reach the people I need it to reach. It just keeps me tied down, you see? So as much as that is a painful thing for me, because I just truly want to help everybody, it's an impossible feat as well. You can't possibly help everybody. So you have to teach other people how to help you. And that's where I'm at. That's why I teach tarot. It's why I teach my courses. It's why I give courses for nothing. Things that you'd spend thousands on. Even my own training for my own courses, which are long and a lot of work, costs the same amount as a weekend workshop for all of that, and support groups and, connections with me. So, I do give as much as I can to this world. Now, you do as well. It is time to change some of the tactics. This is very important for you. And the next part of your journey is about speaking up about how you feel, speaking up about the next part in the journey, defending yourself a little more clearly, putting up your boundaries, right? Some of you are traditional healers, nurses, doctors, therapists, physiotherapists, right? Some of you are an aid or a help or in study or in training for this, and you're developing a new way of looking at stuff as well the whole time. There is bright energy around you, number 2, and you will have no choice as you move into the next part of your journey but to shut doors that just are not opening. They're just shut. Leave them shut. Okay? The trick is to never compare yourself to anybody else, because therein you will get upset. You will. You'll get, your focus won't be on where you're going anymore. It will be how someone else has gone. And I'm telling you, it won't work. You must remain, as hard as it can be sometimes, you must remain vigilant in your pathway and understand yourself when you are spiraling, and stop that cycle. There is going to be some kind of message that comes in your direction, number 2, that will give you no choice but to change direction, to shut the door and to leave it behind you. And you cannot see it as a punishment. You need to see it as growth. Now, relationships coming up here for you, number 2. This can be family. Well, it's more love and friends, because we get to family later. So let's just say friends or love interests for the next part of your journey. Whoa. I suspected this. Okay. So, with relationships, love, friendships, okay, something is coming to a close already. It's already over. It's already over energetically, okay? It's not... It's something that was a thought process for you, something that was causing a sensation of wanting to just break free and block it off and cut the tie and all of that kind of stuff, but not knowing perhaps how to do it. You see how we got the 8 again? The 8 of Pentacles has come up here. Look how bright this is. So in order for you to have what you want, right, and to garner experience and then share it, for you to open up your abilities, teaching, sharing, giving, healing, counseling, psychology, whatever it is for you, right, to understand that more and embrace it more fully, there are certain relationships that are naturally going to close off. There seems to be 2 in particular that need to close off now, okay? One is from more of your past, like longer ago, and one is more recent, right? And you intuitively already, see, you know what this is, okay? So look, sometimes we don't have to say anything. We can just ask for our spiritual light team to just close it down naturally and lovely and beautifully. It doesn't have to be a, wow, you did this, right? It doesn't have to be a big song and dance, right? But it just needs to shift out now, especially if it's something you can't stop thinking about. And the Knight of Swords coming up here makes it happen quickly, sort of cuts his way through fast. He does the things, the Knight of Swords will do the things that many are afraid to do. Now, you have the Ace of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. So you have a lot of thought, you have a brain in your head, you're very smart. You do think a lot, or you like to absorb knowledge, right? You like to learn new things. Maybe you like to do things quickly, or maybe you are always organized or Maybe you're always ready for something to occur or something bad to happen. Maybe you're sort of a, what's the word? You're ready for anything. But that can also bring a lot of anxiety too. So in relationships, something that is causing you a strain is shifting. Someone from a long time ago, someone from more recently. And once that moves out, the next part of your journey is very much more in alignment with what you love doing, and what you love achieving and gaining as well. So it's very to the point here for you, number 2. Travel. What's coming up in the next part of the journey for travel? Look, I need to just cover up that bit for a second here. God. All right, travel. Okay. All right, so the next part of your journey could involve travel here, definitely. Or you're going on a trip, or you're researching something for work, or for your, you know, work at home even. I don't know, you're gathering something here, right? You're bringing yourself, as you can see in the Knight of Wands, sort of like bringing this transformation. So there's something where you really need to be courageous. You have the Wands here, which is the fire signs. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Sagittarius is connected with travel. It's also connected with anxiety, unfortunately, because Sagittarians overthink and they're so excited to go do something, and then when the day comes, they're just about talking themselves out of it. What if this happens? What if that happens? You know, what if it's a great time? How about that? But the Knight of Wands is definitely a movement. So yeah, so travel is definitely part of it. It is developing something that is a strong foundation also with work. And the Queen of Wands is, again, a very, very psychic, intuitive, entrepreneurial, boss lady type of energy as well. A lot of ideas, but also very, very nurturing and giving. So I think that a lot of the times people think of the Queen of Cups as being the most nurturing and soft and mothering. They're also very controlling in a sense. So, you know, with fire sign, feminine vibes here, which is what we're getting, people think that they're often just bossy and they're going to take over, and it's not. They're actually extremely loyal. And it's only when somebody turns on them that they cut it off, or when someone hurts them deeply, or betrays them, or says that they're one thing and does another thing, that they cut it off. Right? They just shut that. They're just a little better at shutting off the thing, rather than, say, for example, a Cups or a Cancerian or Scorpio, like the water signs, right? Pisces. They'll be more like, well, you know, I see this needs to finish, but I want to make sure that they understand how I feel about it. You see, to me, that's also controlling a situation in a way, where they have to have the last thing. They have to make themselves feel better before they'll close something down. You see? Whereas a Queen of Wands energy will say, you know what? once bitten, twice shy. That's it. There's a drawing of the line. So the energy here is of being also more forward thinking and more to the point in your life, but also acknowledging you're worth it. And if someone is connected with you, that they better see that you're worth it as well as you do for them, right? If someone is not giving you the same balance in a relationship or a friendship, or the same respect or the same openness or the same connection or the same, you know, I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of like allowing you to speak as well and be heard. If you're always just doing that, it's not balanced, you know? So maybe with regards to travel, you will begin to do things that you feel that is good for you and go where you need to go, and you're a little bit more open to that in the next part of your journey. Maybe the first part of your journey you didn't go so many places because you're like, well, we got this, we got that, we got that, we got that, we can't go here because there, because there, because that. But it feels like you will have a little bit more of, you know what, who cares, screw it, let's go. A little bit more carefree, I guess, is the attitude. And this is very, very supportive for you. It's like you're giving it to yourself, you know. Family. Family. Okay. Family. What's going to happen in the next part of your journey with family? Specifically. Come on. Family. There it is. Gosh, the Six of Cups. Hang on, 2 cards came out here, did they? Oh, okay, we'll have to keep them. Family, 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and Temperance. Okay. Wow. And the King of Swords. Okay. All right, so for number 2, this is coming up with family, a surprise announcement. There is a connection for you with a change in decisions or viewpoints here. Maybe because the King of Swords is the leader, right? So maybe the masculine in your family, or there's an expectation, say if you are, you know, a male, there's an expectation for you to do things in a certain way, or otherwise you feel inadequate, or there was a controlling type of parent, or there was somebody that had both roles, father and mother. I know I had to be the father and mother to my kids, and it kind of upset them, even though that's not my fault. They didn't know, in their words, like how to be or do or think like a man, I guess, even though that I figured that would come kind of naturally, but everybody's different. Was there some kind of pressure on you as a child to be looking after people, looking after, you know? There is one thing that is really difficult, and that is being a child in a family of needy parents, where you are required to nurture them, befriend them, hear all their problems, take them here, take them there, and just looking after them. And you're a child. I'm not talking about as you get older, but that energy of being responsible at a young age is one of the biggest problems that people have when they come for healing, when they come to talk or spiritual therapy, is that as a young child, they had to take care of a lot of things or hear a lot of things that they shouldn't have heard. Some people sat around the table as a young child and smoked cigarettes with the family members, thinking it was cool at the time. I mean, what kid wouldn't? Here I am, I'm smoking away, I can do what I want, I get what I want. I mean, then later on feeling like, well, I was treated kind of like I was the partner and I had to be this man before my time, or I had to be a grown-up woman before my time, right? So there is something here with regards to family surrounding a little bit of emotional disturbance and upset of having to be something that you weren't equipped to be as a young child, and it wasn't fair to do that to you, but it's made you more of a perfectionist now. Not everybody has the same mindset. When they go through something as a kid, they just really suffer and they let it happen for the rest of their life, where they will just be so consumed with it, you know? Whereas other people will go, okay, it didn't kill me, it makes me stronger, you know, I am more determined now than ever to prove something, maybe. But anyway, in the family situation, there is an opening, there is a change, there's decisions to be made, there are blasts from the past, there are things that you're going to see differently, a releasing of some old stuff to help you into the next part of your journey. Whatever has occurred for you has lit the way into your future. If you let it, it can be a very positive thing, and it has made you who you are today, and even more to come. Expect there to be some kind of news or some kind of message coming from family members as well. Now, as you move into the final part of this reading for spiritual advice here, number 2, next part of the journey needs to be balanced. Choices need to be made for yourself. Okay, your options need to be open. Do what you feel is right. Oh yeah, Ace of Cups. You had the Ace of Swords to start. 6 of Wands, here you go. And the King of Wands. So some of you are, like, the advice from Spirit here is that as you love yourself, okay, as you really learn to heal yourself and release yourself from anything that is not in alignment with who you really are and what you really want to do, you find deeper love. You find that connection. You revamp a lot of things in your life. And, you know, ultimately, you rise to the top. You're successful. You're finally getting the recognition that you deserve. And the King of Wands here, he does, I mean, this is yuck, what's going on, not seeing what's happening behind him. You're going to be more aware of your surroundings and what you need to do, right? And if there is anything that you need to shift out of your way or cut away from you, you will. Some of you are going to be having business meetings or going to Zoom calls or groups or counseling or something where you're learning something new or even running it, and shedding light on situations. For the next part of your journey, there is a lot of success, number 2, because you are willing to look at the things that are failing, look at the things that need to be cut off. You're looking at the things that are no longer serving you, and you're making decisions to shift this once and for all out of your energy field. You may be connecting with people who are business owners as well. You may be asking advice from someone who's already gone before you and, you know, developing a new way of looking at things. You might be cutting a lot of old ties and even some more recent ones that just didn't work out. No hard feelings, okay? Or, you know, evaluating what's really worth it to you, you know, where you could be spending more time and energy on something rather than just ignoring those things as well. So you have a really good, the next chapter of your life, the next part of the journey is very, very powerful for you, number 2. And it feels much easier than what you've already been through. So it's like, although there may still be some stuff that comes up, it's not something that you can't navigate. It's not something that you can't do, okay? You deserve what's coming in. You've worked long and hard for this, okay? Let yourself achieve something here. And be grateful, but at the same time, be proud of yourself, right? You really do deserve this next phase to begin. So thank you, number 2. What an interesting reading for you as well. I hope that is very, very helpful. All right. Yeah, so this was a gift, but it looks like they got it from the Moonlight Workshop. So if you do, it's on Etsy, if you do like these. So as I said, this was a gift, but they're very soft, beautiful silk sort of finish to them. See, silk finishing, really nice. Okay. Alrighty, number 3. If you've made it this far, you've been waiting, or you've been watching the others, thank you. Let's see where you're at, number 3. You have the Grand Lux Tarot, and you have a nice a nice fluorite pendant thing. I'm going to make a pendant out of this. Fluorite, again, activating all of the energies. Very good with animal stuff as well to put in their water. Okay, we're using the Grand Lux. And I'm going to get some... I recommend these for my tarot course as well. We work with 3 decks. Really nice. And you'll see why, because the imagery is really beautiful on these. Okay. Caro Marchetti is the maker of these, and the imagery is stunning. Oops, hang on a minute, everybody. Okay. Oops. Right. So we will be starting with a talisman oracle here, and then we're getting into my little reading I created. So thank you for being here, subscribing, liking this video, all of that stuff. I really hope that you will enjoy it, and if you are new, thank you so much. My name is BDevine. My website is BDevine Online, and I am a spiritual guide. I have courses, I have readings available, I even have free courses available. I have mentoring, training, shamanic work, deeper healing, spiritual therapies of all kinds, you name it. I got it, I do it, I master it, I teach it. There you go. So thanks for being here. All right. Let's see. The next part of your journey, number 3. The next part of your journey We're getting some talisman themes for you. Ooh, karmic justice is about to be served here. Make sure these are up the right way. Oh boy. Grounding. Overcoming fear. Growth of energy. Oh, I love it. I think I need to do one more. Hang on. You're going to need to have courage as well. This is interesting, okay? You have got everything that you need here to succeed. All of this talisman energy is showing you basically the same thing. Something is coming into a very, very, very karmic phase in your life. Karma does not always have to be bad. I know that people think that. It's all about what you've done, what you've developed, how you've grown, where your failures are, and how this is going to be reflected to you. If you don't want to have negative karma attached to you, or you want to look into a past life, or you want to look into the Akashic records, or you want to have some therapy with that, please connect with me about it. You will be blown away with the insights that can come from that work. So, karmic justice is here. Something is about to change magnificently in your life. Don't forget to ground yourself, grounding into the center of the earth. Imagining that you are a tree and your roots are digging down into the center of the earth and anchoring with your initials at the bottom. If you need to do some declarations, look up BDevine declarations, BDevine meditations, all on YouTube. Okay? It's all there to help you. You're overcoming fears of the unknown, and you're being stronger in yourself as you move forward and overcome some things that are personal to you. There is a growth of energy because of that, right? Beautiful. A growth of energy because of your connection with lifting yourself up, changing your vibration about things, reconnecting in a different way, and having the courage of a lion to do so. Everybody knows what a lion's capable of. Its reputation precedes him, right? There's no messing with the lion, right? You're not going to say, well, maybe if I'd be nice to him, you know. No, you know what a lion's like. You know what the lion's going to do. Okay? Have courage. Understand your sovereignty. Stop doubting yourself. Wake up to yourself and all of your abilities. Okay? Number 3, let karma deal with people. You don't have to do anything. Don't go out of your way to understand a motive or a deception or why it happened or why someone's like that and why do they behave that way. But who cares? Let them behave however they want, because justice is going to be served. The next part of your journey, you may actually see some of that. All right? So a growth is here. You're in a expansion phase, number 3. So, come on, cards. As we move along, we're doing this little reading here. We're going to start with work, career. Whether you are working for a company, working for yourself, or working as a mother or a father at home, or running things at home, doesn't matter. Whatever you do the most of is work. Whatever you do the most of. Let's see what's going to come in. Just one moment. Career, work, number 3. All right, let's see. If you've chosen this one, this is your read. Take what resonates and leave the rest. This is a collective reading, so it can be almost impossible to get it perfect for everybody, but I do try. Okay. Wow. So the messages of the Page of Swords and the Page of Wands are in our face. These are younger people. The Emperor shows the father. So there's something involving protection, or maybe there's protection of children involved in your career. Maybe you want to protect the kids. Maybe your children have inspired you to be more than you thought you could be. Your career might be inspired by giving messages. Your career might be inspired by talking, or maybe you're nervous at the prospect of having to do that. Speaking up for yourself a little bit more. There could be an office environment where there's a lot of younger people, right? I would feel here that you could be a teacher, or maybe you want to be, and these are your students. And so this is sort of bringing forth something in which you are transferring your knowledge to others, who are then going to take that message and lead with it. So whether you're a teacher in the traditional sense at school, or you're a teacher in the mystical sense like me and created my own school, or whether you're just a kind person who offers advice, people are going to take what you're saying, absorb it, and spread it. So how is that message going to be for you? In your career, for many of you, this is showing an upgrade, a change in boss. Maybe you're the change in boss. Maybe you're moving into that position. Are you working for yourself? If so, you might have had to develop some stronger skills here, right? You might have had to develop that. There might be some kind of legality energy here. The Emperor is all the kings in one. So a mastery of all different trades. There's a vibration here of status, home, and upgrades to your home as well, because of the changes that you're making. And you see this is kind of like Caesar here, where there's victory and success, but there's also respect for that authority. This is probably more Roman, since Cairo Marchetti is most likely Italian. But there is also information coming. Definitely a lot of information coming. You're going to have to discern, number 3, what you're going to be listening to, because the Page of Swords can sometimes bring a lot of bullshit on your doorstep as well. Just crap that you don't need to hear. You know when someone feels like they need to point out an obvious thing to you. For example, I don't know. Well, I've got to give an example, don't I? Sometimes there's when you write something down and it's automatically changes the word to something, and you didn't mean ducking. I don't think anyone ever meant ducking when they're writing a text. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, it'll come up, well, this ducking thing or whatever, right? Now there'll be someone that says, oh, you spelt that wrong. That's wrong. You're wrong. Oh, you did that wrong over here. That's wrong. What do you mean by that? You know those kind of people? They got to state the obvious shit that you already know and that you've already dealt with, you've already fixed. You got a spelling mistake, they'll be, that's not how you spell that. No shit. That is how the phone spelt it. Or I didn't save it right, or I'm about to fix it, or whatever it is. You just feel like there's someone there, but wait, hang on a minute, you're wrong. So there's some kind of that vibe with regards to the Page of Swords, who likes to stir up a little bit of trouble. Page of Wands is not going to do that. Here's the message, there it is. So what you're going to be doing is having discernment within your career. What are you going to listen to? Who are you going to listen to? What are you going to say? How are you going to say it? How are you changing things? Why are you changing things? That kind of thing. The next part of your journey is involved with more structure and more, with me, like, okay, so it's going to be straight to the point. There's a lot of things that are straight to the point here. And I can't be worried at times with what I'm saying, whether it's going to hurt 100 people by me saying it. Otherwise, I wouldn't say anything. It's like I've got to give people the benefit of the doubt of being strong individuals. Otherwise, like I said, you will second guess everything you say. That is another way of putting that here with regards to your career. You can't second guess yourself anymore, and you do need to say what you have to say. Regardless, this is a very empowering time. Your career, your work, your schedule, your life, your frustrations, all the things that you go through are going to be worth it, okay? But also, sometimes we need to tweak things and change things slightly. It doesn't mean there was anything wrong or there's anything wrong with you. Just that sometimes we need to have that fresh energy, right? And that's what's coming along in your career. You're advancing whether you know it or not. Now, relationships, okay? Relationships. Love and friendships. What's going on here? Family is going to be a different section. So, co-workers, people you know, relationships. Hikes, wow. Yeah, you see how this power, this influence is coming to you, number 3? This is the second time the 9 of Coins has come up in readings today. All right, and the second time oh no, that was a different reading. Okay. Someone is leaving your life or has recently left your life. Number 3. And maybe this is going to generate a new pathway for you financially, or something that you didn't think that you had to do on your own, or something that may not be like the loss of this person, or this person leaving your life may not be directly affecting you, as in it's not your family or whatever. This is for some people, but it's affecting your relationship or a friendship or someone that you've gotten close to, someone that you might have known for a long time. Some people, yes, there are people that they have lost, and I am telling you, this year has been a year where my husband and I, almost every week, someone we know has passed away. And it's just like, what? And I mean, it makes us really appreciate each other more. But it's really sad at the same time that there's so many people that are leaving our life now. We have to remember the contracts. If you haven't done the soul contracts, right, and the Lords of Karma, there's a course I have on my Teachable website. It would really help you, okay? Understand those contracts that we have. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that it hurts any less, even if you understand why it's happened. Now, whatever shift has taken place, whatever loss you've had, whatever person has left, whatever situation has drastically changed, this is leading you to your own change, which is leading you to your own success, because you're going to start to value the life around you, value yourself, value your skills and abilities, see things through new eyes, have a more grateful attitude for life and for yourself and for your people around you, you know, and open up yourself into new skill sets, new abilities that are recognized as well. There's a lot of abundance here that you don't see coming in the next part of your journey. It might be helpful for you to look at your second house on your natal chart and see what planet is ruling this for you and what that really means, right? As you're stepping into the next part of your journey, are you going to continue the way you've always done, or set your sights higher? Because that's what's coming in here, is this next level, higher, move up, go up. Let go of whoever has to go or has left, or the sadness or whatever. Understand that you are growing from this experience, even if it doesn't feel that way at all at the moment. Okay? There is deeper meaning here for you. Number 3, and a great accomplishment of yours is going to be recognized in relationships and friendships as well. Wow. Don't be afraid to take the chance, leap, you know, take the leap. Travel. You may not be traveling maybe as far and as wide as you might have wanted to, all right, but you're definitely traveling or doing a journey on an inner level. There could be things that come up here. This is not good with the devil coming up here. Just it will try to pull you in a different direction, or it'll try to lock you in a different direction, or make you sign a contract or something like that. And this is just giving you that be careful energy. Don't do anything that you don't want to do. Say no if you mean to say no. Walk a new pathway. You can see the light here. Yes, there may be travel, but I'm not seeing, you know, international jet setting, or that it's something cautionary here. Use your inner sense. If you're feeling drawn into a situation that you feel uncomfortable in, it's not going to get any better. We have to recognize those uncomfortable feelings. If it's with a friend or whatever and you feel uncomfortable, and there's no reason for you to feel uncomfortable, or you can't see the reason for the uncomfortableness, it's never going to change because it's not the right fit. If someone makes you feel like, or do something that you don't feel comfortable with, say no. Okay? If it's too much of a stretch for you, or it's too hard for you to deal with, or it's not something that you want to deal with, don't. The next part of your journey is saying no when you need to. Okay? And not being tempted to fall back into negative things either. Fearful thoughts, judgments about other people, control, whatever Some good, some bad. Unfortunately, that's how it is for all of us, right? You do not have to be, see, this is showing you bound up. It's showing it twice. You need to break free from a family issue. My mum used to say, not that she's just a horrendous person, right? But she wasn't always that way. But on my dad's side of the family, a long time ago, it goes into Ireland and the UK a fair bit, and Europe, right? It goes back through there. And there were gypsies, people that literally went around and gave fortune telling stuff, right? Palm reading and all that. Hello, here we are. So, ancestry, okay? But she used to say this stupid thing to me, and I hated it because it was such a negative thing. And she'd talk about gypsy whisperings. And she'd say, you get this whispering in your ear and it's negative. And the whole family has had this negative thing in their ear. I'm like, well, great. You know, I remember being younger and going, I was scared of it. That I didn't want to hear this gypsy whispering. And now I'm just going to put it out there. If you're watching number 3 and you know anything about gypsy whispering, then please share your knowledge. But this is something that a kid, I don't want to hear that there was some kind of negative voice going to be told to me, and it's going to even more spooky is going to whisper in my ears, right? So what I'm getting at is that you're going to have to shift or heal an old family traditional belief, and Spirit is giving you the permission to do so. In fact, your ancestors are like, oh God, just be the one. Be the one that breaks all of that BS in our family. In fact, you are, you know, usually the black sheep is the one. Or someone that is not and it's, you know, it's not always about black sheep per se, but someone who took a different way. And when we look back on our histories and when we look back at our ancestors, we have to remember that we are part of it and we are connected to it. And sometimes we are our own ancestors. And over time, you're going to learn to tap into the positive traits of that within your family, within your lineage, and release all this. For me, I wanted to release that gypsy whispering thing that might come in my ear at times. I didn't want anything to do with anything negative talking to me, and it blocked my clairaudience for a really long time. But it actually helped by doing that, by having the hearing shut down a little bit. It brought the knowing in. And claircognizance is my greatest ability. But clairaudience is right there with it. And you have to block something out in your life right now. I do not want my low power mode to come up. I'm going to have to plug my phone in real quick. So, yeah. Whoops. Sorry. Okay. So, you know, awakening, breaking a cycle, fixing things once and for all in your family circle. An arrival may happen. You may have people who were travelers in your history. They might have been mountaineers. They might have been something to do with ships or merchants or trading or selling or retail, right? All that sort of stuff. But they are watching over this situation in your life right now. And They want you to know that you're not alone as you move ahead. But you also have to change things, and you're already aware of what those are. Break free, okay? You do not have to be what you do not want to be. Simple as that. Now, the last part of this reading is spiritual advice for number 3. Okay, sort of rounding things up. The next part of your journey is extremely... Look, all these readings today have been extremely powerful, full of blessings. See? Opening yourself up to the unknown, taking a different way, making different choices for yourself. Major, 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 major. Divine union. Oh my God, another page has come out. Page of coins. Maybe you had 3 kids. Maybe you're going to hear from each one of them. Look at that. What you're looking for is already activated in your life. I remember Spirit told me that, and I was like, oh, okay. So I just got to keep going. And you adjust, you shift, you change, but you'd be willing to be open to suggestion, or be open to something that you haven't considered before as the next part of your journey unfolds, right? Understand how you love yourself, because if you don't, you're never going to be able to connect deeply with somebody else, because you're always going to doubt their love for you. Always, because you don't love you. So you're going to be like, why do you love me then? Like, there must be something wrong with you. Aha, there it is. Let's have an argument. Whatever it is, right? It's like, go deeper within yourself. Go deeper within your relationships. Choose things that bring you grounding and blissfulness and happiness, because those attributes are going to be the very things that allows you to expand, to grow, to create abundance in your life. You know, by having things around you that make that easy to keep your vibration really high, right? The universe is telling you to take on a new thing that you've already been thinking of. Bring yourself into leadership. Bring yourself into your own boss energy. Make decisions that are based on your happiness and your growth. Not what everybody else would like you to do, but what you like to do. And this activates the most success for you. 3 pages is also very important messages coming in. Maybe you understand what it's like to hear voices. You don't have to hear things that you haven't given permission to. You have to understand that we're always in control of our abilities. We have to command the energies a little more, because you're a sovereign being of light. So you ask the angels to filter unnecessary messages and only give you what is for your highest good, what you need to know. Nothing scary, nothing evil, nothing dark, nothing about death. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. Okay? So that you can feel less fearful about the unknown and open up again to your true self and deeper skills that you have deep within. As you take upon a new journey, don't let anybody stop you. Remember, there's all this stopping energy back here. Don't let that happen. Who cares what anybody thinks? And guess what? Don't announce your plans or your arrival or your departure, because we're not an airport here. We just do what we're doing. No one needs to know. The more people know, the more they work it against you. So just keep doing what you feel is good for you. I actually feel like I need one more here for number 3. Okay, Overall, what is it? Yep, you're moving forward fearlessly. Nothing's going to stop you. A Knight of Wands. A change is here. A change is approaching you. It's a change for the better. You've already gone through all of the struggles and the problems and the issues and the da-da-da, and dealing with this and dealing with that. And sorting this out and sorting out that. And this is coming in and this is going out. You've done it all, okay? Move forward fearlessly and do not take any crap. Seriously. No more. Okay? Don't think about it. Don't worry about it. Don't let it turn around in your head. Oh, but I can't go because this will person go. Stop. Because they do not ever consider you when they're making a decision in their life. That's the point. It's all about controlling you emotionally. So put a stop to it. Keep your boundaries strong. Protect yourself. This is complete protection here. Dragons are working with you. If you haven't done a dragon thing, look up my dragon work here on YouTube. Okay, connect with the animals, connect with nature, do what makes you happy, and don't have to defend yourself, your decisions, your beliefs, your love, life, or whatever it is you're doing. You don't. You just have to do things that you know make you feel, without hurting anybody, make you feel good within, that are bringing you into that higher vibe. You know when you're with somebody that's bringing you into a low vibe, is you are sad every day, you wake up every day waiting for it to happen, waiting for there to be a problem, feeling frustrated, feeling tense, feeling like you can't be bothered, like you're going down these myriad of emotions every day. So, next part of your journey, different, uplifting, vibrant, abundant, healthy, right? And if you need, again, if you need help with anything, you know where I am, okay? You get more than just a reading, I'm telling you that right now. So focus yourself in the next part of your journey and understand that you are here for a massive reason. And the biggest reason of all is your happiness and your freedom. Give it to yourself. That's something that nobody can give you. Okay? Unlock it. All right. So thank you all for listening. Sending you much love. Many, many blessings. Have an amazing week ahead. I'll talk to you all really soon. Bye for now.